Lesson 7.3, Jews in Hiding in Greece. The main story is 7,000 Jews from Salonika, who are not native Greek speakers, hiding in Athens and helped at random in a mass concerted effort on an individual basis by the Greek people. These 7,000 people had fled Salonika since the beginning of the German occupation. In July 1942, the controversial rabbi in Salonika, Zafira Kony, at the monastery synagogue, made a speech where the population was really angry at him. And he said, "Times are tough. Do what you think you have to do." So most people thought that he was complacent, but some took this as a sign that they should flee. They shouldn't stay in Salonika and be at a fate which didn't look to them as good. So these people paid to get false identification cards, snuck on trains, and went to the Italian zone in the south. When they got to Athens, they had money and they got by. In September 1943, the Germans take control in Athens, and then these people are on the run. That's when they begin to hide or look for illegal immigration, a way to get out of Greece. Of course, most hid. It wasn't organized at all. They just went on the street and looked for someone to take them in. They went in various neighborhoods, and the masses actually helped them. They weren't, for the most part, they weren't betrayed, and that's how they survived. So once they made an initial connection, if at some point, if it became too dangerous, then the family that helped them found them a solution, usually in a different area, sometimes in the outskirts of Athens, but it really is a rescue, a group rescue paradigm that really is hardly known. Now, the Jews in Athens were given false ID cards by the police chief Angelos Ebert and other police officers, which is miraculous. What's miraculous is that these people were already in hiding, and the police found them, located them, and gave them the new identity cards with false Greek names, so that they can impose themselves as Greek Orthodox, Greek-speaking Greeks. Now, Ebert was the chief of the Athens police from 41 to 44. He cooperated with Dimitris Ranopoulos, chief of the police in Patras and later in Piraeus, and with Michael Glikas, police commander in the 6th district of Athens, in the rescue of Jews. The Jews lived in an area called Theseu. So it's in Theseu and areas north of that most of the Jews hid. And then all throughout the Athens area, which is as big as Los Angeles. Many of the Jews of Athens lived within the jurisdiction of the 6th district, and the Jewish community headquarters were also located there. Everett was inspired by the public denunciation of the persecution of the Jews of Salonika by Archbishop Damaskinos. As opposed to Athens, in Salonika you had the hostile Greek Orthodox population, and only 2 Jewish families hid in the city. The Asael family of 5 hid in a bathroom of an elderly Gentile woman. Here's a picture of Ebert. Now, Ebert's son was a politician in Greece called Miltiades Ebert. He won his seat once in Parliament in the New Democracy Party based on the Jewish vote. Because the Jews were indebted to his father for actively helping him survive, and Ebert and those other police officers were recognized as righteous Gentiles by Yad Vashem. 2 other factors helped in hiding. One was the Greek Orthodox Church, and the other was the Catholic Church. It's known that Greece was Greek Orthodox. It wasn't known that the Catholic Church in Athens was so active. It wasn't so numerous per se, but it was very active, especially in rescue and in assisting in welfare and helping Jews hide and maintain themselves while in hiding and even get to hiding. So Archbishop Damaskinos protests the deportation of Jews in Salonika and urges his church, meaning the church all throughout Greece, to harbor Jews. So not that Jews hid all over Greece in monasteries, but in certain places. Catholic sister Eleni Kapar and Father Irene Tipaldos, they're both recognized as righteous Gentiles, established 5 relief stations in Athens and assisted Jews to get food and hide. The Red Cross feeds daily 3,000 Jews in soup kitchens. Dr. Panos Macheras, totally on his own, with 11 volunteers and 4 cars, maintains hiding and feeding in a network for 99 Jews in 32 places in Athens. So he not only had this network to feed the Jews, but he worried about their property when they had left their irregular houses, and all the people survived and never were detected, and none of the houses that the people lived in beforehand were pillaged, because his network also guarded the houses. Here's a woman named Zafira Kony from Larissa, and during the occupation in Greece, she was hidden with her family in the mountains. Many Christians hid Jewish families and friends in their homes or helped them to escape under the threat of severe punishment. Particularly in central Greece, it made it possible to rescue many Jewish children. These survivors are called hidden children, or krimena pedia in Greece. The National Liberation Front, EAM, made an important contribution to the rescue of many Jews.